So we are building up the infrastructure that we believe in 10 years, we hope, this is our mission, helping doing business easier. Any business, maybe 80 or 70 business in China, if you want to do business, finding customers, we help you. Financial services, we help you. Deliver services, we help you. Logistic, we help you. And marketing, we help you. And the other thing is data, we help you. This century is competition of a brain. So brain, I think women and men are same. And the other issue is that this century is trying to use a friendliness. Care others more than care yourself. Our vision is bigger. We just think that we don't want to be, we might be bigger than Walmart this year or next year. And I remember 7 years ago, the senior management, like a vice chairman or something, come to Hangzhou. We have of Walmart, we have a drink in Nasaki. A drink, and I said, sir, in 10 years, we will be bigger than Walmart globally. He looked at me and said, young man, very good vision.
When I was young, one thing that always intrigued me was the courage needed to make decisions. In life, in business, everyone is afraid of making the wrong decision. But if you never make a decision, how can you expect anything to happen? At the beginning of Alibaba, we faced countless difficult choices. We didn't know what to do, but we knew we had to do something. You don't need to know exactly where you're going, but you do need to take the first step. I remember one time when all our competitors were following a traditional path focused on physical stores. My team and I decided to invest everything in e-commerce. People told me it was crazy, that the future lay in physical stores. But I believed we were building something different, something that would solve real problems for small businesses. You have to trust your vision, even when the world seems to disagree. Life is like a game of chess, where every move counts. Sometimes you lose a piece, but the bigger strategy can still lead to victory. When we face challenges, it's our ability to decide quickly and learn from those decisions that sets us apart. Many people think that success only comes from knowledge, but true success comes from action. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because they are what make us stronger and wiser. Don't wait for the conditions to be perfect before making a decision. The truth is that the perfect moment never comes. If you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, you need to move forward, even if others are hesitant. Alibaba grew because we decided to act while others were thinking. Opportunities are always around us, but only those who have the courage to act seize them. A decision is like a planted seed. At first, it seems small and insignificant, but over time, if you nurture it, it grows into something great. Many of our greatest achievements at Alibaba started with a small decision made with courage and determination. And it is this courage that I want you to adopt in your lives. When you choose to act, you choose your future. Finally, always remember, the future belongs to those who have the courage to create their own path. You don't need to wait for anyone's permission or approval. The courage to make decisions, even in the face of doubt and fear, is what differentiates a leader from a follower. And it is this courage that will take you places you never thought possible. When we talk about success, the first thing many people ignore is failure. Failure is an essential part of any journey, but few are prepared to face it. I personally have failed countless times, from being rejected by the police to failing 30 job interviews, including one at KFC, where I was the only one out of 24 applicants not to be accepted. This taught me that failure is just a gateway, not the end of the road. Learning from failure means understanding that each rejection, each closed door, is preparing us for something greater. When I was rejected by Harvard 10 times, I could have given up. But I realized that failure was shaping me. It was teaching me resilience. Failure is the best teacher you can have. You don't learn to be strong in success, but in the moments when everything seems to go wrong, the real lesson lies in how you respond to failure. You can regret it and give up, or you can use it as fuel to improve. Failure forces us to analyze what went wrong, to find creative solutions, and above all, to become stronger. Many people avoid failure at all costs, but in fact, it is precisely failure that drives us to innovate and grow. It's what gives us a clear vision of where we can improve and where we really are strong. When I started Alibaba, we faced significant failures. Nobody believed in the business model. I was told I was crazy, that China would never do business online. In the first few years, we didn't generate a penny of revenue, and there were times when it seemed that all was lost. But it was in those moments of failure that we found the most innovative ideas, like Alipay, which has become one of the most successful digital payment solutions. Without failure, this idea might never have been born. Failure is not something to be ashamed of. It is a necessary stage for any entrepreneur. Learning to deal with it is fundamental to continuing to grow. Success is often just a series of failures that have been put to good use. If you can learn from your mistakes, if you can pick yourself up each time you fall, then failure will become your greatest advantage. So the next time you come up against failure, don't see it as an enemy. See it as a mentor, an opportunity to learn, grow, and eventually triumph. Because at the end of the day, what matters is not how many times you fail, but how many times you have the courage to get up and try again. I often see people obsessed with instant success, that idea of quick and immediate gains. But believe me, real success isn't built overnight. When I started with Alibaba, I wasn't thinking about next month or next quarter. I was thinking about the next 10, 15 years. In a world where everyone is looking for immediate results, having a long-term vision is like sailing on an ocean knowing exactly where the boat is going, even if the waves try to steer you away. What many people don't understand is that long-term vision is what sustains a business in difficult times. When we face the storm, it is this vision that keeps us on course. I remember when we faced countless rejections and failures. What kept me going was the clarity of where I wanted to go. It wasn't just about surviving, it was about building something that would have an impact and relevance in the future. And you know what? Long-term vision is also a great motivator for the team. When they see that you're not just worried about next quarter's results, but about a solid and prosperous future, it creates a sense of purpose. They begin to understand that they are building something bigger than themselves. And it's this understanding that fuels motivation and dedication at every step of the journey. When I think back to the start of Alibaba, the most important thing that kept me going was having a clear purpose. It wasn't just about making money or being the biggest. It was about creating something that had a real impact on people and business. Having a clear purpose is like having a compass in the middle of a storm. It's what keeps you on course when the going gets tough. Without this purpose, it's easy to lose direction and get carried away by the distractions of the business world. A clear purpose is not just a nice slogan or an inspiring statement. It's something that should be ingrained in every decision you make, in every strategy you create. It's why you do what you do. And when that why is strong enough, it becomes a driving force that guides your actions and decisions. I remember many times when, faced with challenges, returning to our purpose gave us the strength and clarity we needed to keep going. Having a clear purpose also helps to attract people who share the same vision. When you know exactly what you're fighting for, it's easier to find other people who believe in the same thing. And these are the people who will walk with you even when the going gets tough. They're not just there for the salary or benefits, but because they believe in the same dream. And don't think that a clear purpose is something you find overnight. It evolves over time. In the beginning, my purpose was simply to show the world that small businesses could have a global platform. Over time, this evolved into something much bigger, to create an ecosystem that could benefit not just merchants, but society as a whole. And that's the power of purpose. It grows along with you and your vision. One important thing about having a purpose is that it needs to be genuine. People can sense when you're being authentic. If you're just talking about purpose to look good or attract attention, people will notice. But when your purpose is real, it becomes a magnet that attracts opportunities and connections you never imagined. And finally, never underestimate the impact of a clear purpose on overcoming obstacles. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, it's much easier to maintain the motivation and resilience needed to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. It's like an inexhaustible fuel that powers your journey. When I started Alibaba, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I needed a team that shared the same vision and believed in what we were building. I firmly believe that a strong team is one that not only works together, but also shares the same dreams and goals. It's not a question of having the most talented people, but of having people who believe in the same mission. It is this collective belief that moves mountains. I remember when we were recruiting our first team members. We weren't just looking for technical skills. We were after people who were passionate about the vision we had, people who were willing to sacrifice the short term in exchange for a better future. And you know, I was often asked how I kept these people motivated. The truth is, it wasn't just the money. It was the idea of being part of something bigger than ourselves. The key to building this kind of team is communication. You need to be clear about the company's vision and purpose. People need to know where they're going and why they're going in that direction. And it's not enough to say it once. It's something you need to repeat constantly, in every meeting, in every decision. This clarity and consistency creates a sense of belonging and purpose that keeps everyone aligned. I've also learned that a team that shares its vision is a team that supports each other in difficult times. Because let's be honest, there will be times when things fall apart. That's when the true strength of a team reveals itself. When everyone is connected by a common vision, they lift each other up. They face challenges together, knowing that they are working for something bigger than their individual problems. But building such a team doesn't happen overnight. You have to invest time and energy in each person. Understand what motivates them, what inspires them. It's a continuous process of learning and adjusting. You need to be willing to listen, adapt, and grow together with your team. And it's this connection that creates a culture of trust and collaboration where everyone feels part of something meaningful. Finally, I believe that a team that shares your vision is one of the most valuable assets a company can have. They don't just work for the paycheck at the end of the month. They work because they believe in what they're doing. And that's what makes all the difference when it comes to making big dreams come true. When I talk about putting customers first, many people think it's just about selling more or keeping the customer happy. But the truth is, to really put customers first, you need to start by looking after your employees. Employees who feel valued, motivated, and happy naturally create a better experience for customers. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil. The fruit will be sweeter and more abundant. I remember the early days of Alibaba. We were a small group, but everyone believed deeply in what we were doing. Back then, we didn't have many resources, but we had each other. We created an environment where everyone felt they were part of something important, something bigger. And that energy, that passion spilled over to our clients. They could feel that we were really committed to helping them, and that made all the difference. You need to create an environment where your employees feel safe to innovate, to experiment, and even to fail. because it's through these experiences that they grow and become better at what they do. And when they grow, the company grows with them. An employee who feels part of the company's growth process is an employee who goes above and beyond to ensure customer satisfaction. They become brand ambassadors. But this doesn't happen by chance. You have to invest time and effort in understanding what your employees need. It's not just about salaries or benefits, although those are important. It's about creating an environment where they feel listened to, where their ideas are valued and where they have the opportunity to develop. It's about showing them that you're as committed to their success as you are to the success of the company. And, many companies make the mistake of thinking that looking after employees is a cost. But I see it as an investment that pays off in the form of satisfied customers, innovative products, and a healthy company. When you look after your employees, they look after your customers. And when customers are happy, they come back. They talk about you. They become brand advocates. It's a virtuous cycle that starts within your own team. So the next time you think about putting customers first, remember that it starts with taking care of the people around you every day, because they're the ones who will make your dream grow. Innovation is a word that everyone likes to use, but few understand the true meaning. It's not just about creating something new or revolutionary. Innovation, for me, is the ability to see what others can't see and do what others don't dare to do. It's about solving problems in a way that no one has thought of before and adding continuous value. And innovation doesn't always come from big ideas. It often comes from small adjustments, small improvements on what already exists. When we started Alibaba, innovation wasn't something we planned on a whiteboard. It happened because we were willing to try new things, even if that meant failing a few times. We were always asking, how can we make this better? How can we make it easier for our customers and employees? Innovation is about refusing to accept the status quo and always looking for something more efficient, more effective, more impactful. Have you ever noticed that many of the greatest advances in history have arisen from a problem? The need to solve an issue is what drives creativity. So when I see a challenge, I see an opportunity to innovate. If you look at what everyone else is doing and try to do the same thing, you'll never be innovative. It takes courage to look at what no one else is looking at and do what no one else is doing. Innovation is about taking risks, about getting out of your comfort zone and exploring the unknown. But innovation isn't just about products or services. It's also about processes, about how you run your business. Often, small changes in how you do something can result in big improvements. It could be a new method of serving customers, a more efficient way of organizing staff, or a new approach to solving an old problem. Innovation is everywhere if you're willing to look for it. And make no mistake, innovation doesn't happen in an environment where people are afraid to make mistakes. You need to create a culture where failure is seen as a natural part of the learning process, where people feel safe to experiment, to test new ideas without fear of reprisals, because it is through this trial and error that true innovations emerge. And remember, innovation is an ongoing process. It's never finished. You should always be asking yourself, what's next? How can we do it even better? Innovation is the key to choosing your future because it keeps you ahead of the competition, keeping your company relevant and constantly growing. So instead of asking, why innovate? Ask, why not innovate? Change is the only constant in life. And in the business world, this is no different. Things are always changing. The market changes, technology changes, customers change, and if you don't change with them, you'll be left behind. Resilience is the skill that allows us not only to survive these changes, but to thrive in them. It's about adapting, getting up after a fall, and continuing forward even when the going gets tough. On my journey with Alibaba, we faced countless changes and challenges. There were times when everything seemed to be falling apart. I remember when we first started, and the concept of e-commerce was something totally new. Many people said we were crazy, that it would never work in China. But we persisted. We knew that if we were resilient and kept adapting our approach, we would eventually find a way to make it work. And it did. Resilience isn't just about willpower. It's also about perspective. It's about how you see the challenges you face. If you see them as insurmountable obstacles, you'll be defeated before you even start. But if you see them as opportunities to learn and grow, they become part of your success process. Change can be scary, but it can also be the catalyst for innovation and growth. And resilience isn't a skill you're born with. It's something you develop over time. Each challenge you face and overcome makes you a little stronger, a little more prepared for the next one. It's like a muscle that you strengthen each time you use it. So the next time you encounter an obstacle in your path, see it as an opportunity to build your resilience. And remember, it's not about never falling, but about always getting up. The business world is unpredictable. You never know what might happen tomorrow. There could be an economic crisis, a new competitor, or a change in customer preferences. But if you have resilience, you have the ability to adapt and thrive, no matter what. And this is one of the keys to choosing your future. It's not just about having a plan. It's about being prepared to change the plan when necessary. Resilience is the difference between those who give up in the face of adversity and those who use it as a springboard to something greater. It's about taking the long view and understanding that even if things are difficult now, that's part of the process. And above all, it's about keeping faith in yourself and your vision, even when no one else does. And often the real opportunity is hidden where you least expect it. At the beginning of Alibaba, one of the biggest difficulties we faced was the issue of deliveries. In China, logistics has always been a challenge, especially in remote areas. Large logistics companies were unwilling to deliver to every corner of the country, leaving a large part of the population without access to the products we sold online. For many, this seemed like an impossible obstacle to overcome, but for us, it was an invisible opportunity. We decided to work with small local entrepreneurs to solve this problem. Instead of relying on big logistics companies, we started empowering individuals and small businesses to make deliveries in their own communities. It may have seemed like a risky move at the time, but we believed in the power of these people to change the situation. Each of these deliveries was an opportunity to create a network that met the needs of our customers wherever they were. Today, this local delivery system has become one of Alibaba's greatest strengths. We have around 3 million people working just with these small local deliveries. Not only have we managed to overcome the logistical barrier, but we've also created job opportunities for millions of people. That's what I call turning a difficulty into a competitive advantage. These people know their areas better than any big company could, and they bring with them an entrepreneurial spirit that is vital to the success of our platform. This innovative approach has allowed us to reach even the most remote corners of China. Places where it was almost impossible to make a delivery now have access to products from all over the world thanks to these small local couriers. And it's not just about deliveries, it's about creating a connection with the customer, showing that each package is delivered by someone who is part of the same community. This builds trust and loyalty, something that can't be bought but must be earned. Working with small local entrepreneurs has also changed the way we see success. It's not just about expanding our presence, but doing so in a way that benefits people at all levels. Logistics is no longer a barrier for us, but an advantage that sets us apart from other companies. By empowering people in their own communities, we have created a logistics network that is fast, efficient, and most importantly, humanized. This is the true spirit of finding invisible opportunities. Instead of seeing a problem as an obstacle, we saw it as a chance to innovate and create value for everyone. And that's a lesson that applies to any business. The challenges you face today can be the basis for your success tomorrow if you're willing to think creatively and act boldly. At the beginning of my journey, I realized that the world is constantly evolving. Technology, markets, customer expectations, everything changes quickly. When I started Alibaba, I didn't know much about technology, but I knew that in order to be successful, I needed to continuously learn and adapt to these changes. And that's a principle we should all adopt. Never stop learning. It's the key to staying relevant and prepared for the future. I remember a moment shortly after we started Alibaba when technology changed dramatically. The internet went from a curiosity to a necessity. I could have ignored these changes and continued with our traditional methods, but I decided to take the plunge and learn everything I could about these new technologies. This not only helped me to improve our business, but also allowed me to better understand our customers' needs and desires. Because at the end of the day, learning isn't just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of those you serve. Continuous learning is not just about acquiring new skills, but also about unlearning old practices that no longer work. Often, we are so used to doing things a certain way that we forget to question whether this is the best way to do them. At Alibaba, we are always encouraging our team to challenge the status quo, to find more efficient ways of doing things. That's why we invest so much in training and development. Because we believe that the more our team learns, the more value we can offer our customers. Another thing I've learned is that learning doesn't just happen in the classroom or by reading books. It happens in day-to-day interactions, in conversations with clients, in partnerships with other entrepreneurs. One of my greatest teachers was my own experience, the mistakes and failures we faced along the way. Every challenge overcome was a lesson learned. And it is this mentality of learning from everything and everyone around us that keeps us innovating and growing. It's important to understand that learning is a continuous process and not a final destination. Even today, after years of leading one of the largest companies in the world, I am still learning. If there's one thing Alibaba has taught me, it's that learning never stops. There is always something new to discover, a new skill to develop, a new way of thinking. And it's this relentless pursuit of knowledge that keeps us ahead, that allows us to keep growing and adapting in an ever-changing world. So if you want to choose your future, choose the path of continuous learning. Because what you know today may not be enough for tomorrow's challenges. Always be willing to learn, to grow, to reinvent yourself. And remember, learning is not just about you. It's about how you can use this knowledge to help others, to create value and make a difference in the world. Because in the end, that's what really matters. Yeah. When we started Alibaba, one of the biggest challenges we faced was a lack of trust. In China, people were used to doing business face-to-face, shaking hands, looking each other in the eye. Transacting online seemed unthinkable to many. How could we convince people to trust a system where they couldn't see or touch the product before buying it? We knew that building trust and credibility would be the key to success. Trust isn't something you gain overnight. It's something you earn over time through consistent action and transparency. we worked hard to create an environment where both buyers and sellers felt safe. We implemented feedback systems, offered quality guarantees, and created a secure payment process to protect both parties involved in the transaction. Every step has been designed to build a relationship of trust between us and our users. What's more, we believe that trust is built not only between companies and customers, but also between employees and the company. Taking care of our employees, creating an environment where they feel valued and respected is essential. Employees who trust the company they work for are more likely to pass on that trust to customers. It's a virtuous cycle. Satisfied employees generate satisfied customers, and satisfied customers generate more business. At Alibaba, we always emphasize the importance of keeping our promises. If we say we're going to do something, we do it. If we make a mistake, we take responsibility. This attitude has helped us build a solid reputation over the years, and that reputation is one of our greatest assets. Because at the end of the day, people do business with people they trust. They want to know that you will be there when they need you, that you will keep your word. For any company or individual who wants to succeed, building trust and credibility must be a priority. It's not just about making money, it's about creating lasting relationships. When people trust you, they are willing to invest in you, to walk alongside you into the future. And that's a solid foundation on which you can build anything. When we think of success, many of us immediately associate it with profit. Of course, profit is important. It keeps the lights on and the business running. But if you want to create something truly lasting, you need to think beyond profit. The true impact of a company goes beyond numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about how you change the lives of the people around you and create a legacy that lasts. Our mission is to do more than just make money. From the start, we wanted to empower small entrepreneurs, to help small businesses reach markets that were previously out of reach. It was about giving people the tools to transform their own lives, and in doing so, create a ripple effect that could impact entire communities. It's not about being the biggest, it's about being the most influential in a positive way. Creating an impact beyond profit also means taking social responsibility. For example, by working to solve delivery problems in China, we not only create job opportunities for millions of people, but also contribute to the development of the local infrastructure. When you invest in solving real problems, the return doesn't just come in the form of revenue, but also in the form of social and economic progress. That's the kind of impact worth pursuing. Another way to create impact is through sustainable business practices. We can't just think about now. We need to consider the legacy we will leave for generations to come. This means adopting practices that are good for the planet and for people. At Alibaba, we have invested in clean energy and ways to reduce our carbon footprint. Every small step counts, and if more companies do their part, we can create a more sustainable future for everyone. Finally, it's important to remember that creating impact beyond profit is about inspiring others. When people see that you are making a difference, it motivates them to do the same. It's like lighting a candle in a dark room. That small flame can be the start of a chain of light. So when building your business, think about the impact you want to create. Because at the end of the day, true success is measured not just by what you've achieved, but by the legacy you've left behind.
What does it take to master your life? Many believe it's luck or talent, but Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, thinks otherwise. He believes it's about making choices that define your future. In a world where most are content to go with the flow, Jack Ma chose to carve his path, transforming failures into lessons and challenges into opportunities. His journey is a masterclass in courage, resilience, and the power of a clear purpose. In this video, we'll dive into the life-changing lessons from Jack Ma. We'll explore how having the courage to make decisions can set you apart, why learning from failures is crucial for personal growth, and how a long-term vision can guide you through life's uncertainties. We'll delve into the invisible opportunities that most people miss and discuss the importance of continuous learning to stay ahead in an ever-evolving world. Lastly, we'll look at why contributing to a better world is not just a noble goal but a key to true fulfillment. Get ready to be inspired by insights that can reshape how you approach your own life. Whether you're striving for personal growth, aiming to develop a success mindset, or seeking ways to make a positive impact, these teachings will provide you with practical tools and strategies. So, if you're ready to take control of your future and become the master of your destiny, keep watching until the end. The courage to make decisions. Making decisions is at the core of choosing your own future. Think of Jack Ma, a man who faced countless uncertainties and yet chose to carve his path. It's not about having all the answers, but about taking that first step, even when the road ahead is unclear. This kind of courage separates those who mold their destiny from those who merely react to circumstances. Every decision, no matter how small, can shape the trajectory of your life. For instance, Jack Ma once applied for dozens of jobs and was rejected each time. Instead of giving up, he decided to learn from these experiences. He saw each no as an opportunity to reflect and refine his approach. It's a reminder that courage is not the absence of fear, but the resolve to act despite it. The beauty of decision-making lies in its power to transform fear into growth. When you decide to move forward, you embrace the unknown and open yourself to new possibilities. It's like a diver standing at the edge of a cliff, heart pounding but ready to leap. The fall might be daunting, but it's the only way to discover what lies beneath the surface. And this courage is just the beginning. Learning from failures. Failures are not setbacks, but stepping stones on the path to success. Jack Ma's journey is peppered with failures that could have deterred anyone less determined. Yet he saw each failure as a lesson, a chance to grow and adapt. When he started Alibaba, he faced skepticism and financial challenges, but instead of giving up, he used these obstacles as fuel for his drive. Consider the numerous times he failed in school or was rejected from jobs, including a famous rejection from KFC. These experiences didn't break him, they built him. Each failure taught him something valuable, whether it was resilience, creativity, or the importance of persistence. It's in these moments that he found the clarity to push forward, proving that every setback is a setup for a comeback. Learning from failures is about shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing them as dead ends, view them as detours to something greater. It's like navigating a maze. Every wrong turn is simply guiding you to the right path. Embrace failures as they come because they are your greatest teachers, showing you what works and what doesn't. And this learning process paves the way for a vision that goes beyond the immediate horizon. Long-term vision. A clear vision for the future is like a compass guiding you through the complexities of life. Jack Ma often speaks about the importance of looking beyond immediate gains and focusing on the bigger picture. This perspective helped him turn Alibaba into a global powerhouse. Instead of being swayed by short-term trends, he remained steadfast in his mission, which allowed him to build something that would stand the test of time. Developing a long-term vision requires stepping back and asking yourself what truly matters. It's easy to get caught up in daily challenges and lose sight of your ultimate goals. Jack Ma understood this well. He knew that success isn't about instant gratification, but about creating a legacy. His long-term vision wasn't just about building a company. It was about revolutionizing how business is done in the digital age. Having a long-term vision also means being prepared to make sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. It's like planting a tree. You nurture it and care for it, knowing that it will take years to grow and bear fruit. Many might be tempted to take shortcuts, but Ma's journey shows that the real rewards come to those who are patient and persistent. This is where true fulfillment lies, in the process of building something meaningful over time. Moreover, a long-term vision acts as an anchor during turbulent times. When faced with challenges or doubts, it reminds you of why you started in the first place. For Jack Ma, the initial struggles of Alibaba were overwhelming, but his vision of creating a global e-commerce platform kept him going. This kind of foresight is what enables you to weather storms and stay on course, even when the journey gets tough. Ultimately, cultivating a long-term vision is about finding your purpose and using it as a driving force. It's what gives you the strength to keep going when others would give up. As we delve deeper into this journey of mastering your life, remember that a clear, long-term vision isn't just about looking ahead, it's about laying the foundation for something extraordinary. And this sense of purpose naturally leads us to explore the power behind having a clear mission. The power of a clear purpose. Purpose is the fuel that drives motivation. Jack Ma often emphasizes the importance of having a clear and compelling purpose in life. For him, it wasn't just about building a successful business, it was about creating value and making a difference in the world. This sense of purpose kept him going through the ups and downs of his entrepreneurial journey. It's what transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes. Having a clear purpose acts like a guiding star, providing direction and focus. When you know your why, it becomes easier to navigate the how. Jack Ma's purpose was to empower small businesses and create an inclusive global marketplace. This clarity allowed him to make decisions that aligned with his vision, even when they were tough or unpopular. It's a reminder that when you have a strong why, the obstacles seem less daunting. Purpose is also a powerful motivator in times of adversity. When challenges arise, it's the reason you keep pushing forward. Think of it as the engine that propels you, even when the road gets rocky. For Jack Ma, his purpose went beyond financial success. It was about creating opportunities for others. This greater mission gave him the resilience to overcome setbacks and continue striving toward his goals. Moreover, a clear purpose has the power to inspire and attract others. When people see that you are driven by something bigger than yourself, they are more likely to rally behind you. Jack Ma was able to inspire a global team of dedicated individuals because they believed in his vision. Purpose isn't just a personal motivator, it's a beacon that draws others to your cause. It's the difference between being a lone traveler and leading a movement. In finding and embracing your purpose, you unlock a source of inner strength and motivation that can carry you through any challenge. It becomes the foundation upon which you build your dreams. And as we move forward, it's this sense of purpose that equips you with the resilience needed to navigate the inevitable changes and uncertainties that life brings. Resilience in times of change. Change is the only constant in life, and how you respond to it can define your success. Jack Ma's journey with Alibaba is a testament to the power of resilience. From facing initial rejection to navigating the volatile waters of the tech industry, he demonstrated that resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about facing them head-on and adapting. It's this resilience that transforms challenges into stepping stones for growth. Resilience begins with a mindset shift. It's about viewing obstacles not as roadblocks but as opportunities for growth and learning. When Jack Ma encountered the dot-com bubble burst, many doubted Alibaba's survival. However, he remained unfazed. Instead of succumbing to panic, he used the situation to reevaluate and strengthen his business model. This mindset enabled him to turn a crisis into an opportunity for innovation and improvement. Building resilience also involves embracing uncertainty and being willing to step into the unknown. It's like a sailor navigating through stormy seas. You can't control the waves, but you can adjust your sails. Jack Ma often speaks about the unpredictability of the business world and how being adaptable is key to thriving in such an environment. Resilience is the skill of bending without breaking, of finding new ways when old paths are blocked. Moreover, resilience is about maintaining a positive outlook even in the face of adversity. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't go as planned, but resilience is what helps you stay focused and hopeful. Jack Ma's unwavering belief in Alibaba's potential, even during its darkest hours, is a perfect example. This optimism not only kept him going, but also inspired those around him to push through challenges with determination and hope. Ultimately, resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about growing stronger with each challenge. It's the internal strength that allows you to navigate the storms of change and emerge not just unscathed, but transformed. As we delve further into this journey of mastering life, it's resilience that helps you uncover hidden opportunities in what seems like chaos. Invisible opportunities. Opportunities often come disguised as problems. Jack Ma has a knack for seeing what others miss, turning obstacles into opportunities. His journey with Alibaba began at a time when the internet was barely understood in China. While many saw the challenges of establishing an online marketplace, Ma saw a chance to revolutionize how business was done. It's this ability to see beyond the obvious that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Identifying invisible opportunities requires a shift in perspective. It's about training your mind to look for the silver lining in every situation. Jack Ma often advises people to find the unmet needs in society. When everyone saw the hurdles of online payment systems, he saw a gap in the market and created Alipay. What others perceived as a risk, he recognized as an untapped potential. This insight is key to finding opportunities where others see none. Sometimes invisible opportunities are hidden within failures and setbacks. It's like panning for gold in a river. You have to sift through a lot of dirt before you find a nugget. Ma's early failures in business weren't setbacks, but lessons that pointed him toward success. He once said that if you view failure as a friend, it can lead you to unexpected opportunities. The key is to remain open and curious, always asking, "What can I learn from this?" Additionally, invisible opportunities often require the courage to venture into the unknown. They lie in uncharted territories where few dare to go. Jack Ma ventured into e-commerce when it was still a foreign concept in China, believing in its potential when others were skeptical. This boldness to explore new frontiers is what enables you to discover and seize opportunities that others overlook. Recognizing and seizing invisible opportunities is a skill that can be developed with practice and an open mind. It's about being proactive, not waiting for opportunities to find you, but actively seeking them out. As we continue on this journey of mastering life, this mindset will allow you to turn every challenge into a chance to grow and succeed. The importance of continuous learning. Continuous learning is the key to staying ahead in an ever-evolving world. Jack Ma is a firm believer in the power of education, not just formal schooling, but learning from every experience life offers. In a rapidly changing landscape, those who stop learning soon become obsolete. Ma's journey is a testament to this principle. He constantly sought new knowledge, adapting to the needs of the market and the demands of the digital era. In today's fast-paced environment, skills can become outdated quickly. Continuous learning is what keeps you relevant and competitive. Jack Ma realized early on that the internet would change the world, and he made it his mission to understand it thoroughly. He wasn't a tech expert by training, but he immersed himself in learning about the digital space. This commitment to self-improvement is what set him apart and allowed Alibaba to thrive in a dynamic industry. Learning doesn't just happen in classrooms, it's an everyday practice. It's about being curious and open to new ideas, whether they come from books, experiences, or people around you. Jack Ma often speaks about learning from his competitors and customers, viewing every interaction as an opportunity to gain insights. It's like being a sponge, constantly absorbing information that can be used to innovate and improve. Moreover, continuous learning fosters adaptability and resilience. When you commit to learning, you become more flexible in the face of change. Jack Ma's ability to pivot and evolve with the times is a result of his learning mindset. When the world of e-commerce was rapidly shifting, he didn't cling to old methods, but instead sought new ways to stay ahead. This adaptability is crucial for anyone looking to master their own life and career. Ultimately, continuous learning is not just about gaining knowledge, it's about growth and transformation. It's what turns potential into reality. As we move forward, it's this dedication to learning that empowers you to stay ahead, ready to embrace the next challenge and turn it into an opportunity for success. Contribute to better the world. Choosing your future isn't just about personal success, it's also about making a positive impact on the world. Jack Ma emphasizes the importance of contributing to society and creating a legacy that benefits others. He believes that true success is measured not by wealth or status, but by the positive change you bring to the lives of others. This philosophy guided his efforts in philanthropy and sustainable business practices. Contributing to a better world starts with small, everyday actions. You don't need to be a billionaire to make a difference. Ma often speaks about the power of individual efforts, like mentoring young entrepreneurs or supporting local communities. It's about using whatever resources you have, time, skills, or money, to uplift those around you. Each act of kindness creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same and creating a chain of positive change. Moreover, creating a positive impact is deeply intertwined with having a sense of purpose. When you align your goals with a greater cause, you find a deeper sense of fulfillment. For Jack Ma, Alibaba wasn't just about building a profitable company. It was about creating opportunities for millions of small businesses worldwide. This mission gave him the drive to keep pushing forward, knowing that his work was contributing to a larger, more meaningful purpose. Making the world a better place also involves being mindful of how your actions affect others. It's about considering the long-term implications of your choices and striving for sustainability. Ma's efforts to promote environmental consciousness and social responsibility in business serve as a reminder that every decision we make has the power to either harm or heal. By choosing to act with integrity and compassion, we can all play a part in shaping a better future. In the end, contributing to the world is about leaving a legacy that goes beyond personal achievements. It's about creating a positive impact that lasts long after you're gone. As we conclude this journey of mastering your life, remember that true success is not just about what you accomplish for yourself, but how you use your gifts to lift others up. Mastering your life is not just about accumulating success or wealth, it's about making choices that align with your purpose and values. Jack Ma's journey teaches us that the real power lies in having the courage to make decisions, learning from failures, and maintaining a long-term vision. It's about being resilient in the face of change, finding opportunities where others see obstacles, and continually learning and growing. But most importantly, it's about contributing to a better world and leaving a positive legacy. Now I challenge you to take these insights and apply them to your own life. What decisions have you been putting off because of fear? What failures can you learn from to become stronger? How can you start contributing to a better world today? Remember, the journey to mastering your life starts with a single step, and that step is within your reach. Whenever you need a boost of motivation, come back to this video and remind yourself of the power you hold to shape your future. If you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to keep learning and growing. And don't forget to check out our next video, Proximo Video, for more insights and strategies to help you on your journey to success. Thank you for being here, and let's continue this journey together.